Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Star Bazaar and to another Battlefront 2 discussion and speculation video. The news has been very scarce on the Battlefront the last few days, so I hope you're enjoying these short discussion videos while we wait for the new game mode and lightsaber rework community transmissions. Today we're talking about the new reinforcements again, but this time we're going over the possibility of the Infiltrator class coming to other factions like the Rebels and the First Order. According to Jay and our latest CT on the new Infiltrator class, for now we are only getting the new class as a playable option in the Clone Wars era, or prequel era maps, namely Geonosis, Kamino, Naboo, and Kashyyyk. These new reinforcements will not be available for the original trilogy era or sequel era maps. Not yet anyway. Today we're looking at the possibility of the Infiltrator coming to different factions, and what kind of troop the Infiltrator would be in those factions. As always, feel free to join the discussion and share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you're new to the Bazaar, welcome. I'm happy you found your new favorite Battlefront 2 channel. Before jumping into it, I want to be clear that for right now, there are no public plans to bring the Infiltrator to other factions. That's not to say we won't ever see a Rebel or Imperial Infiltrator, there are just no plans right now. If I'm being honest, I think it would be a mistake to only have the Infiltrator available in one era and just left like that. I really think we should have the new class available for all eras, and I think the team at DICE would agree. They just have deadlines and other things that they need to consider when making new content. So what would an Infiltrator look like in other eras? Let's start with the Rebels and Imperials because I think there is a really good and pretty obvious option for both those factions. Rebel Bothan spies were the reason the Rebellion was able to take out the second Death Star in Episode 6. Mon Mothma addresses the Alliance, talking about how many of the Bothans sacrificed their lives to bring the Death Star plans to the Rebels. Bothans were expert infiltrators, able to sneak past enemy lines and sabotage important enemy equipment. They looked kind of like humanoid foxes in the Legends material, and fun fact, there actually is not a mention of them in the new canon other than that line in Episode 6. So, if DICE wanted to bring Bothans into Battlefront 2 as the Rebel Infiltrator, they could actually have some fun with the design and come up with something new, since the new canon does not have a set appearance for the species. As an unlockable class in the classic Battlefront 2, Bothans were able to use a cloaking device to sneak past enemies, and they wielded a handheld incinerator as a primary weapon. They were very powerful in that game, and in my opinion would make a fine addition to the Rebel cause as their Infiltrator. So what about their counter in the Empire? Fans of Battlefront 2015 will probably know what's up. The Imperial Shadow Trooper was a favorite appearance of many in Battlefront 2015, as the last unlock at player level 50, arguably the coolest looking Imperial skin, and in the offline single player, they had a very annoying cloaking ability that was not available in the multiplayer. Shadow Troopers were able to cloak themselves and sneak around you, with a higher health pool and a powerful T-21 heavy blaster, making them one of the most formidable opponents you could fight offline. Online, it was merely a cosmetic skin, but if DICE were to bring Shadow Troopers into Battlefront 2, I could see them and Bothans have crazy fights with each other, where they're cloaking themselves, trying to outplay the other. So, for the original trilogy era, I could see both Bothans and Shadow Troopers as the Infiltrator class for their respective sides. Now, the sequel era is a little bit trickier, since we don't have a whole lot of information on different troop varieties for the Resistance and the First Order. The lazy and easy thing to do would be to bring Bothans into the Resistance too, since they are basically the Rebels with a new name, and I could definitely believe that other Bothans stuck around to help the Resistance cause. It could be a little lame, not having something completely different, but hey, if Wookiees can be the enforcer for all three eras, I think the Bothans could get away with being the Infiltrator in two of them. The First Order could be more interesting though, with the Resistance TV series introducing us to different types of First Order troopers, like the Red Pilot variant or the Stormtroopers in yellow. Episode 9 is also apparently introducing us to a new trooper legion called the 709th Red Fury. This legion is described as being on a mission searching for something for the First Order, which sounds like infiltration could be a part of. Maybe we could get these new Red Stormtroopers as an infiltrator for the First Order, or DICE could even come up with something entirely new, like they came up with the legendary Grievous skin. The sequel era simply hasn't been explored enough yet to say, yes, that is a perfect infiltrator, so we'll just have to wait a little bit more for that, which is fine honestly. If DICE could start with Bothans and Shadow Troopers for the Rebels and Empire, maybe by the time they get to work on sequel Infiltrators, we'll actually have some solid options to choose from. This is, of course, all assuming DICE even plans to bring the Infiltrator to the other factions, which we don't know if they are. I think it would be a great idea. Having the new class in just one era will be fine for when they're launched, but I know they will feel missing from the other eras after a while. What do you think, guys? Who do you think could be the Infiltrators for the other eras? Do you think we'll even get it for the other eras? Drop a comment and let's discuss. That's going to do it from me, though. If you like the video, you know what to do with that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe and get notified for more. This has been your boy, Turkish Delight, and I'll see you all out on the battlefront. Peace.